Good morning, everybody. This is StockMasterTalk, and today we're going to be taking a look at ASAE, the ASAP Expo Incorporated. But before we get into that, I've got a couple announcements and some news I want to talk to you about real quick. Welcome back, first of all. I haven't really done any stock charts in a while, so I was pretty excited to do this one and start bringing them back to you. You can obviously see that I've made quite a few changes as well. Most importantly to me, I've changed my recording software, so upgraded from a previous version. Really hoping to start using some new features and make these charts more intuitive and more informative to my viewers. Also, you can tell that the themes changed, hoping to match not only the current themes of the websites I'm working with, but also to make them more easily read by the viewers. You guys, that's always an end goal here. We always want these things to look as clean and crisp as possible and make them as easy to read because we like to include a lot of information on them, which leads me to my next point. I have changed around my indicators quite a bit, so if you're used to the layout and the progression of my previous charts, make sure you pay attention here because we're going to be switching it up a little bit. All for the general purpose of making these charts more informative and more detailed. I've added a lot of layers of detail to these indicators, and I'm just really excited to bring them to you. If you have any questions or comments about them, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Or if you have any criticisms about the chart, I'd always like to hear those as well. Lastly, one last thing, this chart ASAE is for the website goldmedalpennystocks.com. If you haven't checked it out already, I would highly recommend that you do so. They have had an amazing last 2 months with one of their most recent picks closing up or reaching a high of day at over 600%, which is just mind-blowing. The amount of money that people were able to make on that newsletter was just incredible. That was also an uncompensated alert, just like this one here, ASAE. That means Gold Medal Penny Stocks wasn't paid to tell you guys about this stock. This is just one that we found that we are really excited about. We think it's going to do really well. So, all the formalities aside, let's get into the stock chart here because this is why you guys are here. ASAE closed up on Monday, April 29th at 0.08. That's a 0% change over the previous close. However, we did open at 0.07, making a possible gain of that 1 penny per share. You didn't really miss much then. You still have the opportunity to get in here before it starts to move. We did have some impressive volume, and as you'll notice further on, that volume is quite a bit higher than what we're used to seeing here, so things are starting to pick up and stuff is starting to happen here. And you can also see that on our next indicator, the 14-day RSI, as this chart looks a little bit different because I've included a second RSI value onto this one. That's the 5-day RSI. I've shortened the time frame on the RSI so that we get a more reactive RSI value. This is going to react much more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to react more quickly to the price movements. It's going to react more violently to the price movements, giving us maybe some earlier indications of what we're looking for. They are both 14 and 15 in the very bullish region, especially that 5-day holding at 94.82. Very impressive number there. This indicator is very strong and very bullish. Moving on down to our daily charts, you can see I've got most of the same stuff here. Changed the colors around a little bit. We got lots of moving averages here. We've got a 50 in the dark blue, 200 in the light blue, and 2 10 days in an orange and a brownish color there, and also a 5-day in green. That 5-day I've figured out is actually quite useful. We're going to be using that one a lot. Makes for a really good strong support or short-term support. We also do still have our Bollinger Bands in that fuchsia color there, that pink color, as well as our Parabolic SAR in purple. Let's get down to that real quick. Our Parabolic SAR is actually underneath our candlesticks, and as you know, that's a very bullish indicator. That's a good sign. Also, we are riding the top of our upper Bollinger Band there, which is also very bullish as well. That's really pushing the boundaries of the stock, and it's ready to break out of that resistance and really start making some huge gains upward. Let's see, we are supported by our 5-day moving average right now at 0.064. We also were supported right around where we closed up or opened up at 0.07. I would call that a resistance support line. It previously played resistance back in the middle of March and is now acting as support. Volume-wise, you can see that it picked up pretty heavily again in the middle of March where it made that big gap up, and we've been trading pretty horizontally since then, hopefully consolidating and really gaining that momentum and pressure that we need to break further upward. Really looking forward to that. Volume has picked up a little bit as well, as you can tell right here. We're starting to see the little trickling of investors coming back into this. MACD is virtually the same here. We do have a extremely bullish crossover with our MACD line crossing over the signal line in green there. You can see our histogram switched over nice and sharp after a nice little incline here. That would have been a good early warning sign if you could have picked that up, you know, at the beginning of April. That would have been a nice thing to grab right there. Accumulation and distribution is next. I'm really impressed by this one. You can tell that it's really starting to pick up. Investors are buying these shares and holding onto them by the steep up incline of this chart. It's very impressive. On the contrary, our unbalanced volume is staying horizontal and actually almost trending down a little bit from the start of our uptrend there. That's also a bullish indicator. Diverging accumulation, distribution, and unbalanced volume charts are considered a bullish indicator. And down here on our check and money flow, again, this is very bullish. We are trading in a positive market. We're above that center line, meaning our shares are coming in strong and they're coming in hot. People are buying them and they're really holding on to these shares. That's going to be tying in with our volume and stuff. PPO looking very bullish as well, crossed over its signal line. The ADX is also telling us that we are in a uptrend with our positive DI above our negative DI. They are converging. You can tell that they are pointing down, but what's a nice little feature about this is that our ADX line itself in the gray there is actually beginning to level out, telling us that that is going to start slowing down. It is also at 39.83, meaning that's a very strong uptrend, and it's going to be pretty hard to break that, and it's going to take a little while, a little bit of effort to slow it down. Our ROC 12 day is doing really well as well. It's up here at 60. It's starting to move back up again, spiked up nice and high, and people are really getting involved in this one. And I just can't emphasize that enough. Our ROC is also bullish here. CCI bullish. It's above the upper band there. It's at 174.97. And our Trix line. This is a foretelling of good things to come. That Trix line is pointed up towards its signal line. That's an early indication that we are going to see a big jump in our prices there. If that crosses over that signal line, which it looks like it's indefinitely going to do, it's getting pretty close. We could see a very strong movement on ASAE. Very excited about this chart, like I said, and we're expecting some really good movement on this stock, and I hope you guys are able to get in hot and make a lot of money off this one. Once again, this is from goldmedalpennystocks.com. If you haven't subscribed to their newsletter, I highly recommend you do so over at www.goldmedalpennystocks.com. All these alerts are free to subscribe to, and lots of people have been making some serious money in this last 2 months. Thank you guys for watching. This was a rather long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, comment section down below, or find me on iHub or Investors Hangout. Hoping to see you guys there. Happy trading.